What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 5, Episode 5. So if you haven't seen the 5th episode of Season 5 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off, go watch the episode, and come back and watch this video. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. It's a simple and free way to support my channel. I can't stress that enough. Please like and subscribe. It helps in a major way. I am not a public speaker. I will tend to fumble my words and say and so and like 1,000 times. It is what it is. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. But definitely be looking at my notes over here that I take throughout the show. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And comment below what you would grade this week's episode, what you thought of this week's episode. If I forget anything, if I'm off on anything, please let me know in the comments, because I do forget some things, or I miss some things. I like to grade the episode before and after my reviews. I'm gonna grade this episode a B-. This episode wasn't bad. It kept me entertained. I didn't know what to expect in this episode. So yeah, I will give this episode a B-. It wasn't a bad episode. So Last Chance, Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 5, Episode 5. If you have not seen it, turn this video off, because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. So the episode begins with River and the highest trailer. River is now wearing Daikon's clothing, and he's now the new Daikon, but in my review, I'm going to still call his ass River, because you can't just have a nigga named be Daikon for 4 seasons and then try to say then try to give it to another nigga. No. That's still River, and Daikon still going to be still Daikon. So when I say, yeah, that's what the fuck it is. I don't care. So River's now wearing Daikon. He's the new Daikon. He's wearing Daikon's clothing. Obadiah comes in, and the highest task Obadiah with finding the rats in the compound. He's like, we got rats in the camp. And he tells him to put his training on hold, his training with the children on hold until he finds the rats. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, is that a plot that River decided to do so he can try to get Alex's daughter and Ruth's daughter because he's scared? Or I didn't know what the case was with that. But I was like, that kind of helps Ruth in a way, because now he won't be too focused on the kids and she'll be able to get to her daughter. I didn't know what that was about when he told him to put the training on hold and root out the rats. I thought he meant actual traitors, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, so Obadiah tells the highest that the children are ready to, they're ready to, they're ready for actual war with the government. And the highest is like, no, they're not. Like, there's one thing to be ready for battle, but there's another thing to be ready to kill an actual adult. So I'm like, these motherfuckers really be crazy, bro. So the Obadiah leaves. The highest, he asks River, how can I trust you? How do I know that you're loyal? Da-da-da. And River's like, you can always trust me. You put me in this position, and I'm going to help you root out the traitors. We're going to hold a trial we're going to hold a public trial to root out all the traitors. So the next scene, Ruth goes to River. She sees his get up, and she's like, what are you doing wearing Daikon's clothes and whatnot? And River's like, well, you double-crossed me and Joan by taking the money and hiding it or whatever. So I had to do what I had to do, just like you had to do what you had to do. Like you wasn't trying to help me, basically. So Ruth's like, look, I care for you. She said some bullshit. I don't even really know what she said. But she's just like, at the end of the day, are we good? Are me and you good? And River's like, I always got you and Jones back, always. And I like how they emphasized that early in the episode. I always got you and Jones back. And Ruth's like, same. So then she walks away. Peter comes over, and, he talking this shit. And River's like, oh, now you want to talk to me? And Peter's like, I apologize, da-da-da. Because, River's the new Daikon, so he could easily get Peter ass back. River is kind of cold towards Peter. And he's like, go ring the bell. We're about to have a public trial. So in the infirmary, the girl Alex, she's tending to Joan. Joan wakes up frightened from the sound of the bell. And Alex is like, oh, it's just a bell for the trial. She's like, don't worry, I haven't told anyone about you and River trying to escape. And I'm just like, this bitch just keeps saying shit. I didn't even feel sorry for her by the end of this episode, because I'm like, you just keep saying, like, what Joan called her later, she calls her as stupid, you stupid girl, or you stupid bitch, or some shit. So everybody's gathered in the pavilion. The highest speaks of the trial. River leads the trial, and the first person he calls up, of course, is Daikon. And he has Manny strip Daikon down naked. And then we cut away to the news anchors. You know, they standing outside the compound. They baffled by what the sound of the bell means, and they spitballing about how can we get we need to get some type of footage inside that camp. So River, he begins questioning Daikon about his leadership and whatnot. I don't remember all the questions he asked. At one point, Daikon says something and River slaps the shit out of him. I know he enjoyed fucking Daikon ass up because Daikon loves to go grab River every time the highest is mad so the highest could take his anger out on River. So this is kind of River's getting his get back. So he asked if the FBI gave him... River asked Daikon if the FBI gave him orders to abduct the highest. And then they cut away to the sheriff's station where Desiree is interrogating Andrew. Andrew's not giving anything up. He's like, you think you something with that badge? The highest has powers beyond the FBI. Da da da. Next thing you know, Cal brings in Andrew's son, who, you know, the highest in the compound thinks that he's supposed to be dead. Thinks the son's supposed to be dead. So back in the pavilion, Daikon, he says, you know, I confess that I was hoodwinked by George and Lewis. And he gets down on his knees before the highest. And he's like, I will lay down my life for the highest. Da da da. River blindfolds Daikon and then has him pick out of this box. I forgot what they call it, the pleasure box or something. Basically, it's a box full of torture weapons. And he blindfolds Daikon and he has him pick his own weapon of torture, basically. We go back to the sheriff's station. Andrew's son is asking him if he's a bad guy. And Andrew's like, no, of course I'm not a bad guy. And Desiree's like, yeah, he's not a bad guy. He was just about to tell us. What she say? He was just in the middle of helping us catch the bad guys. Isn't that right, Andrew? Like basically saying, you about to snitch, ain't you? So Cal takes Andrew's son away. Andrew's still not giving enough. He's like, fuck you, saying fuck you to Desiree. Like, you go fuck yourself or whatever. So back in the pavilion, all the women have different types of weapons, regardless of the weapon Daikon chose. They beating the shit out of Daikon. And then River joins in. You know he trying to get his lick back bad. And the highest can kind of see it, so he stops it. He's like Daikon is redeemed now. Something he says. And notice how he called Daikon. Why wouldn't he have said Anthony? That's why I say I'm not about to call this nigga River Daikon just because he's the new Daikon. No, this nigga still River and Daikon is still Daikon. I don't give a fuck if Daikon's real name is Anthony. He been Daikon for 4 seasons. He gonna be Daikon still. I don't care about none of that. But I did notice how the highest called Daikon in that moment. I was just like, River is supposed to be Daikon. So River is about to call the next person up to trial, but then the highest stops him. And he's like, you know, everybody shall be put on trial. So River's like, well, who did you have in mind, basically? And the highest points at Peter. So River throws Peter to the ground. He whispers something to him and is just like, trust me. And he has Peter like put his hand in the box and kind of picks up a weak torture weapon, which is holy water. And then back at the station, you know, Andrew's still not budging, and Desiree tells Andrew, you know, you won't see your son again if you'll only be able to see him through a pixie glass if you don't cooperate, basically. So now River is dunking Peter's head into the holy water, in and out, in and out. The highest, I mean, it seems like this wasn't pleasing the highest. I guess River wasn't doing it long enough or hard enough or whatever. The highest pushes River away. He's like, you treat this trial as a mockery. He's like, I can see it in your eyes that you and Peter have a history. So then he grabs Peter's head and he holds it down in the water for a longer period of time. And then he takes it out, throws Peter to the side. And he's like, Peter has what it takes. And then he starts questioning River. And then he has River get on his knees. And River's like, I can prove it. I'm loyal to you. I can prove it. And then he the highest was like, how can you prove it? And Joan's like, I mean, not Joan. River's like, the next person I call up to trial is Joan. And I'm just like, oh, shit. I can't believe he did that. Even Ruth looking like, really, nigga? You just said earlier that you had our back always. I low-key thought he was about to say Ruth name. If he'd have said Ruth name, I would have died. But the show called Ruthless. Come on now. Can't be no Ruthless without Ruth. That'd be crazy as hell if they killed off the person whose name of the show it is. That'd be crazy. I mean, I know the show's supposed to be about the highest, but it's like about Ruth. Oh, excuse me, I don't know why I keep yawning. Let me take a nap. Anyway, so back in the infirmary, Alex, she's praying over Joan. Joan awakes and she's still frightened by the trial, about the trial and whatnot. And Alex is reassuring her, like, you won't be put on trial. River wouldn't do that to you because I threatened him. I told him if he did it, I would tell the highest that he tried to escape. So this is when Joan is like, you stupid bitch. I'm just like, this bitch just keeps saying stuff. You do not know how shit's flowing over. Like, people already got shit in place. Like, it's just like, girl, you is new to the game. You don't know what's going on. You don't know nothing. I was just like, you just need to stop talking, my G. Like, stop talking. So Joan's like, you stupid bitch. I don't know if she said stupid bitch, but she just like, you stupid girl. So Alex like, no, I have leverage on River. He's going to help me get my daughter back. And then next thing you know, Manny comes in. And he's like, Joan, it's time for you, girl. Time for you. You on trial, Joan. You in danger, girl. So Manny carries goddamn Joan into the pavilion. She looking like, I don't even know. That shit was just looking wild. I was just like, really? I mean, why not get punished? I mean, why not get tortured while you unconscious? You ain't even gonna feel the shit. Unless it wake you up. So as Manny brings Joan, lays her down on the pavilion, Ruth, she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Joan. She gets up and scurries away. With nobody seeing her, even though she's steady saying, sorry, Joan. Nobody saw her leave. So she goes to talk to her daughter. And she's like, Callie, you got to come with me. You got to come with mommy. We leaving. And Callie's like, my name is Ruby, and I'm not leaving, and you're not my mommy. You're not my daddy. You're not my mommy. She's like, you are a liar. I am a child of the rock who, brainwashed to shit. So we cut away to the female. It's a female news anchor and the male news anchor. The female news anchor, she's somewhat kind of trying to blackmail the male news anchor so they can use this drone to fly over the compound. So we go back to the pavilion. Alex is pleading that, Joan, she's not in a condition to go through this trial. Excuse me, I don't know why I keep yawning. So River selects the torture weapon for Joan because, she's too weak to select for her own. Pulls out a taser. And he's like, you are being questioned of leaving. Well, basically, you on trial because you tried to escape. Is that true? And Joan's like, fuck you. And River starts tasing her ass up. The highest, he all giddy. He turns to Ruth. Ruth, you see this? And Ruth gone. And I'm just like, so nobody saw Ruth get up and go? So the highest notices Ruth is gone. So then Ruth tries, back with Ruth and Callie, she tries another way to get Callie to come with her. So she's like, well, this baby I'm carrying, it's the highest baby, and we have to do whatever it says. And it's saying that you need to come with me. So Callie's like, well, I guess that makes sense. And she's about to go with her. And next thing you know, Obadiah walks up and like, Ruth, what are you doing? So Ruth gets to stuttering. And then she's like, well, I came to get all of the children to take them to the pavilion so they can see the Raku justice for themselves. And I'm like, this bitch be just thinking on her feet. I was like, this bitch be thinking, she be quick. I mean, he bagged your ass, you stuttering and shit. But she came up with some quick shit. So back in the pavilion, Alex, she's pleading with the highest to show Joan mercy. And the highest really don't give a fuck. He tells River, continue. Keep tasing Joan ass. Obadiah, Ruth, and the children come over. And Obadiah has his arm around Ruth, and he's like, I found the rat. And I'm thinking he's talking about Ruth. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody watching thought he was talking about Ruth. And Ruth had this nervous face on. So we go back to Andrew at the station, and he tells Desiree, look, I'll tell you everything if you give me an ironclad deal. So Desiree's like, look, you killed the federal agent. You know you're going to have to do some type of time, but you know I can get it reduced. You know I can go to bat for you if you give me information to take the highest down. So Andrew's like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And I'm like, is he really going to give it? I mean, he wants to see his son again, but is he really going to get a Rocky Douchies up? I don't know. So then we go back to the pavilion. This is the part that pissed me the fuck off. Low key, I should have gave this episode a C+ because of this fucking shit. So we go back to the pavilion. Obadiah's like, I found the rat. And then Alex's little daughter steps forward holding an actual dead rat. And I'm just like, are we serious right now? So he told Obadiah to stop the training on the children to go find rodents. Like, really? I'm thinking he about to say Rufus the rat. And I was like, oh, how this about to go? Fucking rat, like fucking actual rat. I was like, are we serious right now? Really? I couldn't believe that bullshit. So then Ruth, she tells the highest, I went to get the children so they can bear witness to the Raku's justice for themselves. And the highest like, that's good thinking, Ruth. So he's like, Daikon's proven himself. Peter has. If Joan recovers, then she has. So then River then calls Alex to trial. And she's like, what? Like, so, he's like, she is planning on taking her daughter who belongs to the Raku and fleeing from here. So, Alex tried to say, I heard Joan and River talking about leaving. She didn't even bring up the money. She's like, I heard them trying to escape. And River's like, lies, bitch. So Alex and the highest is like, I don't want to hear her talk anymore. If she talks again, I'm cutting her tongue out. So River, he turns and he about to get a torture weapon out the box for Alex, and the highest is like, oh no. Just like what the children did to this little rat, we're gonna do to Alex. So basically we killing Alex. So I'm like, why the fuck did she get the harshest punishment out of everybody else? Because she trying to get her daughter. Everybody else tried to escape or some other shit. I was just like, why is she? It was weird that she's getting the wildest punishment. But then he orders, he's like, so River's like, Manny, kill Alex or put her out of misery or something. And the highest is like, no. Obadiah said the children are ready for war, so, and then the highest orders Alex's daughter to shoot Alex. And I'm just like, oh, this is some wild ass shit. So the news anchors, they got the drone up and running, and they watching it all go down. They see Manny putting the gun on the table, and then we see the little girl, Alex's daughter, she hesitates to pick the gun up. So Obadiah's like, I'm sorry, Your Highness, the kids aren't ready. So he picks up the gun, and he puts it to Alex's head. And that's how the episode ends. And, I mean, because of that rat situation, I really want to give it a C+. I should go down to a C+, because that rat situation was really like, really? I was really like, really? But because I didn't know that what this episode was going to bring and all the people they was calling out, it was just like I had a couple moments where I was like, oh shit. So that's why I have to give it a B-. It was an okay episode. Like, it kept me entertained. I wasn't looking at it. The only moment I was like, what, was the rat moment. I was just like, really? But yeah, it was a good episode. The next episode, we're going to see what's going to happen. I think Daikon going to get his position back soon. Like, it's looking that way. He called him Daikon when he wasn't even supposed to anyway. And then Rivers looking unloyal. He looking like he can't, like the situation with Peter. So it's just like, I don't know how the highest, the highest be on wild shit. So you never know with him. Is Alex really going to get killed? If Alex get killed, that's going to be wild as hell. Because I'm like, why kill her out of all the other people y'all tortured today? I just thought that was weird. I mean, I don't care for the girl. She talked too much. She thought she had it. She thought she had it. She thought she did. She didn't. So I don't care for the girl. That's why I didn't even feel sorry for her in the end. But it's just like, I'm glad her daughter didn't have to do it. That'd be wild as hell. That'd be something that the daughter would never be able to, like, come back from. Like, I killed my own mother because I was fake brainwashed or something. But you see, the little girl couldn't even do it. And Alice was like, it's Mama Bear. Like, look at me. So it's just like, I hope they don't punish the little girl because she couldn't do it. But it's going to make Obadiah go on them kids harder. And now I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen now. Like, shit's all over the place. Like, what's going to happen next week? I don't fucking know. I'm just like, what's really going to happen? Who else would... I mean, Joan... I don't think Joan's dead. She's one of the key characters. I don't think she's dead. I think she's going to wake up. But I don't think she's going to fuck with River no more. I think it's going to be River. I mean, it's going to be Joan and Ruth against River now. And imagine if Daikon do get his position back. It's going to be over for River. Like, River, you did too much, buddy. You did too much, buddy. You should have thought of something else besides that trial. Or you should have did Peter a little harsher or something. Because you made yourself look like you ain't loyal. Or whatever the case that may be in the highest eyes. But those are my little thoughts or what have yous. Again, I would grade it a B-. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this week's episode and what you would grade it. If I forgot anything, if I was off on anything, let me know because I do be missing stuff. And yeah, like and subscribe to my channel. Help me get to over 300 subscribers, which isn't even a lot, but helps build my channel up. So just like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want. Like, subscribe, comment below. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next review.